Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check it out, man. VEVOR was kind enough to send me a winch. I have always wanted a powered winch. If you follow my videos on this channel and on the automotive channel, you'll know I have a car dolly and I have a nice 5x8 trailer. On both of those, I installed manual crank winches. They're great, they are, but I'm getting old. It's a little tough to cranking up that when you're pulling a car up onto a dolly. So today we're gonna unbox this thing. I'll show it to you. And then in part 2 over on the automotive channel, we'll weld a bracket onto my trailer and we'll install this thing and test it out. I'm excited for that. Let's go ahead and open it up. Now, I didn't go crazy with this. I know the limitations of my trailer, and I know that that means that I don't need to have, you know, a 35,000 pound winch for a 1,500 pound trailer. Although, you know, the temptation is always there, but all you're gonna do with that is end up damaging things. Ah, sweet. Okay, let me get all this unpacked there and I'll show you what we got. So it had a little top box, has all the accessories in it. And then down below here, we got another box. Go ahead and open that up. And there is our actual winch. Nice compact unit. Again, I didn't want anything that was gonna be, you know, too crazy here. Model number is P2000-1, 2,000 pound capacity. Requires 12 volts DC. Just shy, it's 0.95 horsepower, so just shy of 1 horsepower. 5/32 steel cabling, 39 feet of cabling. And yeah, that's about it. Weighs, yeah, about 15 pounds, maybe a little bit, maybe more, maybe less. Here it is. Ah, it's so cool. Love this stuff, man. I always wanted a winch. You know, in all my years, I've never had an electric winch. I don't know what's wrong with me, but that problem has now been solved. This is it. You can see a nice hook cabling here. Our plus and minus connections are here. And of course, mounting brackets down here on the bottom. Real nice. Pull this out and we have, you know, neutral, so we can yank this thing out, push it back in, and we're able to start the rewind procedure. Now, I love it because it came with stuff that I didn't think it would. So I actually went and bought this stuff and now I can return it. A nice front plate. Right, one thing you don't want to have is this thing getting all bound up or getting it where the nice steel cabling gets caught and starts chafing on stuff. So these are rollers, 4-way rollers. And so you put this on there and no matter what, that cable, if it's off to one side or this side or pulling way high or way low, it's still on a roller. It's not going to damage anything. And it does say, warning, keep cable injury, avoid cable injury, stay clear. Most definitely. When I was in the Army, we learned some recovery tactics for vehicles, and some of the stuff that they showed us of people being severely injured by winches. Probably one of the reasons why I've always stuck with manual cable operated winches so far, like hand cranks. This is what I also didn't think it would come with, which is a metal plate. This is the plate. We're going to weld this to the front of my trailer. Then we'll attach that, and then we will attach this. And we'll be able to have a really nice setup. So this will all be on there. The issue that I ran into with the hand crank one that I installed on my trailer a while back was that I had to build kind of a larger, taller bracket in order to clear the actual hand part of the crank. It worked, but my trailer is exactly 5x8 feet. I went to pick up some drywall and my trailer was no longer 5x8 feet because of those supports I had built for that hand crank. It was now 1.5 inches shy. Couldn't close the gate, ended up having to disassemble that thing in the parking lot of a Home Depot just so I could get it on there. Well, this will solve that problem from ever being a problem again. Now, it also came with this, which is really nice. So we have our hand controls and a good amount of cabling to go to it. They do already have ends on it, which is also nice. And then, of course, we have our retract and pull, right? So neutral allows you to pull that cabling out real fast. You know, maybe whatever you're trying to recover is a good 30, 40 feet away. But once that's locked in, if you start pulling something up and you're like, oh no, and it's under a ton of tension, you don't want to pull that or you're going to have perhaps a deadly accident or a serious injury. So you're going to want to slowly release, and it gives you the opportunity to reverse that. This looks to be very waterproof. Rubberized buttons with rubber around the edges there. Good positive click. Rubber around this. These are all well insulated. Even the end terminals have been heat shrinked. So very nice. I like this. Very nice. And it even comes with the bolts, even comes with mounting hardware. I mean, for the price of this, this was not very expensive. This is their least expensive model they sell in the powered version. But again, this is perfect. If I have a if I have a trailer that can hold 1,500 pounds, I shouldn't be dragging anything that weighs more than that. The extra 500 that this provides is to get rolling force or to get something that might have flat tires or stuck in the mud, that kind of stuff. But I don't want is something that's, you know, capable of pulling way more than my trailer is capable of holding. All right, and of course the manual, the Electric Winch model P2000-1. They also make a 3,000, 4,000, a 3,000 pound and a 4,000 pound model as well. And you know, I looked at the Harbor Freight ones as well, and this was actually a better deal. Build quality, it looks like it came out of the same factory, if I'm going to be honest with you. So better price, I'm going for that. Oh, really nice. Okay, I'm going to get closer to the camera here so I can show you some of this. This is giving you a lesson that I had to learn in the military about, you know, how you want to pull stuff. Heavy loads, do I want to use a shackle and have a second line? You know, how do I want to pull something around a tree? In order to use that as kind of a pull around, we put a cloth there to help with recoil if something snaps. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Then we talk about the gear ratio, parts that are included, and how to mount it. We have underwind. We don't want to do overwind, so it's telling us we want to have, you know, well, look at it, the way it's set up. We don't want to have the winch coming off the top. We want to have it in the bottom. It's saying to do an underwind on this. And then, I mean, literally, this is really nice. You know, sometimes manuals aren't all that in-depth, and I've had some issues with some of our products not being exactly well laid out. I can't say that's a problem with this. How to bolt it all together, the operation of it, solenoid mounting, toggle switch. Now I would say you should probably put a fuse in line with this, right? So that's something I probably would do on this, but that would be about all that I would add to this that didn't come with, would be a good size fuse on that. And you can see even came up with wiring diagrams. And it does give a good amount of cabling. I'll show you here before we sign off that yeah, there's our engaged and free spool. Talks to you about kinks. Very cool. I mean, this is something to keep. You know, even goes into blocking. I mean, this is a really good manual. This is something worth keeping for sure. All right, as far as the cabling goes, let's take a closer look at that because I kind of skipped over the length of it. But so your two shorter lines, that would be these two here. Let's see. Yep. This one and this one are the shorter lines. These are the ones that hook directly to the winch, and I would say those are 5, maybe 5.5 feet. Let's see if I can get them all on screen. There you go. And then the other cables, which are going to go off to a battery or a connection to your vehicle's battery, I would say those are 6, maybe 7 feet. That's a pretty good run there. So awesome. Well, there it is, the P2000 winch, and I am so excited. I love playing with toys. I'm not going to lie about that, but I especially love playing with toys that are kind of like dream items. This is something that, you know, I think every man thinks about owning a winch at some point in his life, and, you know, put it on an ATV, put it on a mud mower, put it on something. But in this case, I need to use it for actual work, retrieving, you know, garden tractors and lawn mowers to flip. Sometimes at my age, pushing those things with flat tires up onto a trailer is just, it's a lot. So I think this is going to be a great addition to the farm here. I'll leave a link to where you can get one of these, and of course take a look at my other channel. I would say in a month or two I'll put out a video, you know, showing it welded into place and getting it on there, and we'll give a review. I've actually got some Volkswagen parts I'll be picking up here, and we'll probably end up using that to help pull the body. One of the bodies, the frame is off, and we'll pull that up onto the trailer with that. So until next time, my friends, take care.